Hi guys, day 17, right? Yeah, day 17, vulnerable video series. I'm feeling so much better today. Woo! Because all of life comes to me with ease, joy, and grace. Ain't that the truth? That's the truth. Let me tell you about my son. Super amazing man in the making. I was so like my body was on fire yesterday. Like everything was hurting. My eyes were burning. And I took him to karate. He got into some trouble in karate, so he didn't get to be in class yesterday. But he has to learn how to be accountable for his behavior, so whatever. Um, we got home, and I was like, Noah, mommy's not feeling good. I got no energy. We had dinner, and I was like, I have to lay down, and I put the aromatherapy diffuser on, and I laid down. I was like burning up. So Noah comes to the room, and he has a cup of water that he got by himself and an orange that he got by himself, and he gave me that. And then he leaves and he's like playing, and he's like, oh, I know. And he goes and he grabs a washcloth and he wets it, and he comes in and he puts the washcloth on my forehead. And then he's like coming in because I was like in and out of sleep. And that's like, I'm not one to fall asleep while my kid's still up. But I was just like out of it yesterday. And he knew it. Like I was clearly not well. And he would come in and just give me like little kisses on my forehead, or just like pat my face like this. And then and that, by like 7 o'clock I was like, all right, we gotta get your jammies on. And I got up and we did our bedtime routine. And he was like, Mommy, I was trying everything that I know to help you feel better. Oh, and he brought me flowers. He gave me these like plastic flowers for Valentine's Day, and he's always giving them to me. Like almost every other day, he like busts them out and is like, "Here, Mommy." He's always giving me flowers. And yesterday, like after he put the washcloth on my head, then he ran and got the flowers, and he brought them to me, and he put them next to the diffuser. And he's like, and when we were going to bed, he's like, I was doing everything I know, Mommy, to make you feel better. Do you feel better? And I was still on fire, right? And I was like, all this started hurting. And I was like, well, yeah, I kind of feel better. He's like, your heart feels better, right, Mommy? And I'm like, yes, baby, my heart feels better. Thank you so much. God bless him. So whoever he ends up with in the future is going to be one lucky person. Because that's a good boy. He's a good boy. He's going to be a good man. I know that. Um, anyway, so I called my doctor yesterday to make an appointment, and my doctor is a Chinese medicine doctor. Me and Noah don't go to regular doctors. We go to the Chinese medicine doctor, and he's amazing. One of my favorite things about going to him is that like he really like trusts me to know what's up with me. Because yesterday I didn't really feel like my thing wasn't like sick, like I was a cold or a virus or any of that kind of stuff. My junk was energetic, and it was like coming up and moving through. My body was releasing. Um, so yeah, like I came in and we talked about it, and he gave me this amazing acupuncture treatment. Um, it was like bliss, and it was all about like balancing and releasing fears. Um, it was just great. It was really, really great. And I left there like super high. Um, and then I don't know, I kept hearing like there are two health food stores around me. One is a little farther away, but I happen to like it better. The other one is super close to me, and it's a great place, but I don't know, I kind of like the selection that they have at the other place better. Or maybe I'm just used to that one, so that's the one I like to go to. Whatever the case is, I kept hearing to go to the one that I don't really care for. Like, but I was like, all right, I'll go there. Maybe they have this like spaghetti squash dish that I really like. So I was like, maybe I'll stop by. Maybe they have that. Maybe that's why I'm being like called to go in that direction. So I go, and I kind of felt like lost while I was in there. Like I didn't really know what I was in there for. I was just kind of like, all right, I'm in here. And then I'm going up and down the aisles. Like went up and down the aisles a few times just because I wasn't really shopping for anything. But and this happens to me all the time. All the time. Somebody came up to me. This gentleman came up to me, and he just stopped right in front of me and looked me dead in my eyes and was like, "Hi." I was like, "Hi, how are you?" And he's like, "Your atlas is off." And I'm like, I didn't know what he was talking about. Right? And he's like, "Atlas is a bone in your neck, and it holds your head up. And your atlas is off. And that's why it's pinching your nerves. There's a special clinic here in St. Pete, down in St. Pete. It's like that specializes in putting the atlas back in place." So I'm just standing there like, and not that people often come up to me to tell me that like something's off in my body or something, but well, I didn't finish. He goes, God told me to tell you. And I just felt like I needed to say that to you because God said, let her know. And that always happens to me. I'd be anywhere and people come up to me and it's like, God has a message for you. So I'm kind of like used to it already. One day I was at the zoo with Noah and this lady just randomly came up to us and was like, God wants me to pray with you. Like, can we pray with you? And Noah's awesome because like he never shuts up, right? And he never sits down. But the minute the lady walked over and said she wanted to pray with us, Noah sat down in his stroller and he very quietly listened to the prayer. He like took it in. Yeah, so then he explained about the atlas bone, where it sits in the neck, and how when you have a head injury, how it like pinches the nerves. And it's funny because when I was diagnosed by the doctors, they said I have a brachial plexus injury. So the brachial plexus is what runs in the arm. And they said that those nerves were like torn and severed. And that's why my arm is paralyzed. And then they like wanted to do surgeries and stuff. And I was like, no, thank you. But since I woke up in a hospital, I kind of felt like it's going to heal. I don't know how, but it'll be all right. Like, I'll be all right. So I've like stuck to my gut instinct and I've not let any surgery go down or anything like that because that's just not where it was at for me. So I'm going to do some research on this. Oh, and I've always felt like the injury's in my neck, not in my arm. I've always felt that. And I've said that to like holistic practitioners that I work with. I'm always like, no, it's in here. Something's off in here. There's something in here that's off. Because I can feel it. It's like, I don't know how to explain. I'm not a doctor. I don't know how to explain it, but it's something it's in here. It's not in here. This is all right. And when I first started going to see my Qigong teacher, I told her the same thing, and she's like, you're probably right. So when this gentleman came up to me and said, your atlas is off, and then he explained how it's on the neck. It's like this top floating bone on the neck, and it's what helps you like turn everything. And if it gets shifted or moves, it like pinches nerves that can shut it down. And I was like, that makes a lot of sense. I felt like crying, right? But I didn't cry. I've been crying a lot lately. I'm a crier. I I actually like crying. I feel like it's such a great emotional release. I cry for happy things, I cry for gratitude, I cry for sad things, I cry for melancholy. Like I I feel a lot. I feel everything. You know, life moves me. So I cry. I cry for all the people that can't cry, that don't allow themselves to cry, that weren't validated for crying. I cry. But anyway, so like while he's talking to me, I felt like crying because it felt like I'm blessed. I'm like super blessed. I am. I have a super blessed existence, and I'm really grateful for that. I don't take that for granted. Um, and I didn't know what I was gonna say today. In the video, I had like no idea what I was gonna talk about. But yeah, that happened, and it was like, this is amazing. Gonna definitely talk about that because I'm gonna follow up with that. I feel guided to do so. I'm gonna do some research myself on this atlas bone, and then I will call the clinic. You know, I did have this thought come up that it was like, how do they put it back in place? Like, does that require surgery? Because I've been saying I'm not gonna do surgery, right? And it's like, oh, there's this like tool that we use in Access Consciousness that's like, is this light or is this heavy to me? Right? Because something that's true for you feels light, it feels expansive, it opens you up more. And something that's not true for you will help, like you'll feel the contraction. It's like you shut down. And this feels like super expansive to me. So I'm going to look into it. See what happens. Yesterday I was reading one of my dearest lovely friends posted something about getting schooled on surrendering, and like when everything feels like it's going wrong in life, that's when you need to like surrender and fall back into it because it's probably preparing you for something amazing. And let me tell you, life's been a shitstorm for like the past 6 months, and I've just been riding it, just riding the wave. Maybe this is the amazing thing, right? How could it get better than that? What else is possible? We'll see what happens. I'll keep you posted. It's another rainy day here. It just started raining, which is amazing. I love the rain. Alrighty, back to work. I think I'm going to make lotions today. Have a great day. Bye.